The gospel that we just heard show clearly that the primacy of Peter was not something that was invented by the church later on. It went right back to the beginning, to the mind and to the will of Jesus himself. Peter is entrusted by Jesus to be the foundation stone of the new people of God. We know that this is a particularity of the Catholic faith, of the Catholic Church, which differentiate us from Protestant Church. Peter is obviously one of the most interesting characters in the Gospel. It is clear that he had leadership qualities, but it is clear also that he had glaring weaknesses. In the four Gospels, we see his ups and downs. Sometimes he is very brave, other times he is very cowardly. Sometimes he is like a rock, other times he is just like a piece of jelly. In short, we can say that Peter was human, like us. But it is very interesting to see how Jesus deals with him and how he helped him to grow into a man who was ready to lay down his life for Jesus, then who eventually did it. So let us take a closer look at the relation between Jesus and Peter. It will help us to grow as human beings and as a disciple of Jesus. It will also show us how best we can help those we love to grow. It all began when Jesus called Peter. Obviously, Jesus saw potential in him, but Peter did not think that he deserved that call. So he said to Jesus, "Lord, depart from me, for I am a sinful man." Jesus did not deny that Peter was a sinner, but he challenged him to grow. What is true of Peter is also true of each one of us. We need to be challenged. Demands have to be made on us. Not to demand anything from someone is to condemn that person to sterility. First, Jesus involved Peter in his work. He made him a partner. Responsibility help people to grow. Second, Jesus asked Peter to declare his loyalty. Once, when a large number of people were leaving him, Jesus turned to Peter and said, "Will you also go?" This forced Peter to look into his own heart and to clearly take position. This helped him to grow. So, challenges help us to grow in faith. Then, a few times, Jesus corrected Peter. When Peter drew his sword in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus, pointing out his mistake, said to him, "Put away your sword." To learn from one's mistakes is also an essential part of growth. And when Peter wanted to prevent Jesus from going to Jerusalem, Jesus said to him, "Go behind me, Satan. You are more of an hindrance to me than a help." Jesus understood that when Peter denied him 3 times, he did it more out of weakness than out of malice. So he forgave him and gave him the chance to begin again. In the same way, we all need someone who can understand our weakness and who does not write us off when we do not produce the goods right away. The thread which runs right through the relation between Jesus and Peter was love. Peter knew that Jesus loved him. Love is the best climate in which people can grow. Then it is even more true for our children. In short, we can say that Peter's story is also our story. We too blow hot and cold. Sometimes we are strong, and other times we are weak. Without a warm relationship with Christ, we are only on the fringe of Christianity. We are just like someone talking about love compared with someone who is in love. And it is important to remember that the Peter who said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," was the same Peter who later said, "I do not know this man." It was not a different Peter. It was the exact same Peter. What does this tell us? It tells us that there was division in Peter, just as there is division within each one of us. Just as Peter was capable of being courageous at one moment and cowardly at another, so we are. Each of us has high and low moments. But we must not let low moments get us down. And we must draw encouragement from our high moments. The Lord smiles at us in our good moment and uphold us in our low moment. And the low moment of others should not cause us to put them down or to write them off. Their good moments should help us to see their potential and to affirm and encourage them. It is important to stress that, because in general, we are eager to voice our criticism to others, but very reluctant to give a simple word of encouragement. And in this way, we bar every road to improvement. We must try to see the good in everyone, to reveal it and to bring it out. This is what Jesus did in the case of Peter. So, let us give a second chance to ourselves and to all others around us. Amen.